Get the machines running.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hate when that happens.
My tweeter got disconnected.
Banned.
Jarian, cut it out.
Alrighty. Time to do this thing we call lunch. Quiet on the set, boys and girls.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And this is Lunch, coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. Here are the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the nude so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours. And I didn't win the lottery, I don't think.
Haven't checked tickets yet. $2 billion.
Kind of hard to check them when they finally pulled it like an hour ago.
Was it that late? I know there was a glitch someplace where they needed some time, but I didn't think it was that late. But
yeah.
Everybody's sitting there. Had to go to work today, apparently. I guess.
Yeah. You know what happens if I win that massive lottery?
Jack's retiring to Hawaii.
Jack's buying like an island.
You could do that.
I would become like the next person, like Ellison.
Who?
So you know the guy that owns Oracle.
Okay.
He owns an island in Hawaii.
I got you.
Like he bought an entire island.
Timey says he won $4 whole. Congratulations, Timey.
$4.
Yeah, you know who buys a lot of islands is Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast buys a lot of islands to give away. And he says his strategy is, A good island can cost anywhere from like 12 to 20 million dollars, but a shitty island can cost from 500 to $800,000. And then he imports the sand, the trees, and builds some structures and gets out of it for under, for just about a couple million instead of, 12 to 20 million. And then he gives them away. So you can get
Yeah.
yourself a shitty island for under $1 million, and then renovate it yourself a lot cheaper than buying one that's already got all that good stuff done. Just a pro tip
You
out
can do
there for all
things.
you
Yeah.
island buyers. Yeah. Well, welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Taco Tuesday, also known as Two for Tuesday. We'll try to remember to pull two streamer bundles at the butt and the top of the hour. Here it is November 8th,
Yes.
and it
Let's
is
go.
election day. So all of you folks get out and vote.
Well, caffeine is or I'm sorry, Tina is out in line trying to vote right now. So
Oh, did he message you and tell you that?
Well, you posted it in Discord, man.
Oh, well, I haven't looked at Discord since I posted my stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to miss in the voting line.
In the voting line. There you go.
Yeah, caffeine's like vote for douche or turd sandwich.
Well, dude, you got a phone? Just put us on stream on your phone. What do you mean you got to miss? Get the hell out of here.
Well, I mean, it's like maybe he has shitty internet connection.
$4. I want my $4.
Yeah, I wasn't able to scan the barcode on my tickets to see if I won anything.
Did you catch the Elon meme?
Which one? Which one?
I want my $8.
Yes.
With Elon's
the
picture.
Better Off Dead.
Yeah.
Did you not see that I also posted that on Facebook?
No, maybe it was you that I saw it on. I don't know, but
yeah,
I thought that was funny as all get out. I want my $8.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny as all get out. I tell you what.
Yeah, I want my $8. And not only that, is the meme includes the picture of him before his hair transplant.
Yeah, with the switchblade comb. Yeah,
yes.
With the switchblade comb, which is
Well, I mean that was the Better Off Dead kid with the
yeah is still a classic movie. I tell you, may have to break that out if we actually get pummeled by this storm. Just an FYI, we've got a storm headed this way, and this one's headed right at us, folks. So.
Storm headed right at you.
Rest of the week is gonna be shaky. Yes. Let me give you a little
little weather report.
Yeah. Hold on. Here we go. Let me go ahead and turn that on. It might help.
Fuck the snow, bridge troll. Cold front coming in this weekend. It's supposed to get down to like 40s or 50s, so maybe all the mosquitoes will finally die.
There you go. Let's see if we can't
Wonder
bring
Map.
Wonder Map. Wonder Map is a great app. You can get all the greatest information you can want out of Wonder Map, and hopefully it'll give you all the settings that I already had pre-selected.
No, it did not. So I have to go. I mean, it did my address. So I got to go to Deltona.
Yeah, and put fronts on. Make sure storm tracks are on, and it's on radar in the past.
Radar past, and then play.
Well, you don't have to play it. Yeah, it's no big deal at the moment.
It's a little bit of rain.
Well, if you now go ahead and click on satellite, you'll get a whole different fucking image here, and you'll see that.
I gotta find the satellite button.
It's right below the radar button. And you'll see that we got this big ass storm headed on in. Right there.
Satellite. Tropical storm or tropical depression.
Yeah, currently tropical storm is, but it's looks like it's going to come across Florida and then hook on back and just sit on over us for a day. As for those of you wondering where I'm at, I'm right there in Deltona. And you can see I've got some outer bands that I've been fighting with all day here.
You are between Orlando and
In Daytona.
the beach. The beach.
Beach, that's right. I'm about 30 minutes from the beach, depending on who's driving.
And traffic.
Well, again, depending on who's driving.
You're
Traffic don't
well
matter.
during spring break, you're about two months away from the beach.
No, because most spring breakers either go further south or they go further north. They either go down to the Lauderdale area or they go over to Panama City, which is up in the Panhandle up here.
What happened to all the spring breakers going to
Daytona was never a big hotspot for spring break, although we do get them,
okay.
but not as much as going down to West Palm, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale. Of course, Lauderdale was the home of spring break. That was where the candy store was located. The place that made spring break famous. But they go further south, yeah, for the most part.
It's no rain at my place, and in the 70s.
Yeah, currently 79 degrees here in sunny Florida as we make our way over to Texas where Jack is. And you got a little rain headed your way, but nothing bad down there.
That's a sprinkles, man.
Yeah. But yeah, we got this big ass storm headed our way, so things might get a little hairy. And then there's another one following it a little further out, which we don't know what's going to happen or whether it's going to get sucked up into this one. But yeah, as of right now, nothing major. We're just watching it to see whether it picks up speed or whether it slows down the next day, which will let us know.
It's going to stall right over your house.
Well, that's what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like. It looks like we are in this cone right here. And we are right there in the midst of the cone. And it's going to come in and then hook. Going to hook around and just sit over Florida for a couple of days, it looks like, before it heads up to Atlanta area. So we're keeping an eye on it. And, of course, if we don't show up one day for the news, you'll understand why. It's probably because I have no internet, because the internet was knocked out. Not worried about electric because I got the generator, but yeah, it rained. Remember when I used to have those problems every time it rained? I'd lose the damn internet.
Daily, yes.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, Stymie. My pool is actually low at the moment and actually needs to get some water, but I've been putting it off because I know the rain is incoming, so I'm not about to take the time to do that. Because I know we're going to get another good soaking. Unfortunately, we just had some of our roads open up that were still flooded out from Ian. And if this thing drops the amount of rain that it's expected to drop, well,
I mean, that is a large storm front, so it will drop a bunch of rain.
And that's basically what the weather forecast is. It's just going to be a big rain dump. It's really not going to be... the coast will probably see, the usual high tides and storm surge, but the rest of us are just going to get soaking wet, looks like. So, again, going to keep you all posted every day at 2. It's funny, Bridge Troll. It used to be like that when I first moved here in the 90s. Used to be able to set your clock by the rain every day. Is when I first moved down here in 1990. Used to get up, grab a little bite to eat, head down to the pool, hang out till 2 or 2:30, and then the clouds would move in. By 3 o'clock, it would rain. And go upstairs, take a shower, take a nap, eat dinner, and then go to work. And then repeat.
Well, Laz, I have some bad news.
What's the bad news? You didn't win the lottery?
The winning Powerball ticket was sold in California.
So somebody actually won the big jackpot.
Fucking bastard.
Holy crap.
Cash prize of $1 billion.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Instant billionaire.
Yeah.
Instant billionaire. Well, congratulations to whoever that winner is.
Yep.
And yeah, hopefully some people won some other millions while they were all about it. But let's get into some Shrouded Avatar news, information, and updates.
You mean that the Tweeterverse still has nothing?
Well, again, I'm not expecting anything since
Hey,
Chris
yeah,
quit the Tweeterverse. Is
yeah.
or so he says. Yeah, he just deleted the app. He didn't quit. Yeah.
Well, he says a lot of things, but
Yeah. I'm quitting Twitter. I'm making this last post to let you all know that I'm quitting. And I'm also sticking around to see how many people comment on my quitting posts.
well,
So, yeah.
he didn't make a Twitter post related to that. He made a Facebook post saying, "I'm leaving Twitter."
Stymie, well, that's the point. There was a 2 point something billion, and they're going to wind up at 1 billion because they're going to take half right off the top. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
and California will take another
take
massive
another
chunk out of that.
80%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how people can live out there with the taxes like that. And I just don't get it. Don't get it.
Tell you
But
what, my property taxes are this coming year. Way too fucking much.
way too much.
Yeah.
Well, your property's probably increased in value since you bought the house, hasn't it?
Yeah, but my property taxes are like $10,000,
Yeah.
almost 10,000. It's like
So
fucking bastards.
talking about property taxes, let's talk about a versatile property manager. How about that?
Wait. There it is. There it is. When you have a rather large, highly decorated home, but want to change things up a bit and swap to a new home, it's very cumbersome. I could pack up my old home, but I don't have access to any of my items, making it difficult to decorate the new homes. You could stuff your inventory or force items into the bank, which would certainly overflow it. But if you ever wanted to change back to your previous home, you're starting at square one. It would be nice if the property manager had an option to save item locations and not the items themselves, allowing you to decorate freely and swap back and forth, like the deck system, where I can use the same equipment across different setups.
Now, let's talk about that before we get into the actual commentary. First off, Shadow, just to comment, you can always throw everything into the deco palette, which doesn't take up any room, doesn't have any weight requirements, and you don't have to run to the bank first.
Well, the other thing is every house, or majority of the houses, have different footprints.
And see, that's where everybody misinterprets what he just said.
Well, no, he said he wanted to change his house.
Right, but it would be nice if it had
Change
an
things
option
up
to
a bit and
save
swap a new
item
home.
locations. So if we took your lot, for example, and we look at the lot and we saved all the item locations of this lot, okay, then all the item locations would be saved. So if you took all the items off the lot and put them in another house, and then you took them out and put them in the decoration palette, put this lot down, then you could hit saved items. They would all go back into the place on the save location on this lot. He's not trying to save the location from house to house. That's not what he's trying to do.
No. But want to change things up a bit and swap to a new home.
I understand that.
That is a new house.
I understand that. Right.
So he wants to deco inside and outside, and then change the house, which changes the footprint of where things are.
But if you ever wanted to change back to your previous home, you're starting at square one. So if you wanted to change to the previous home, he wants a save item location in the previous home is what he's looking at.
Isn't that still in the house mover thingy?
But he wants to take the deco out and use it in the new house. That's exactly what I'm saying. So let's get to the commentary, because that was the first thing that came up in the commentary. But people are not reading exactly what he's stating he wants. He wants to save all the items in this home, take them out, use them someplace else. Then if he wants to take them out, instead of having to redecorate manually, he wants to click that save button and restore them all to the previous home. Same thing would happen is if you took everything on this lot and you decorated 5 different homes with it, you could save the item location in the 5 different homes. So when you took everything off the lot, say you just saved the item locations and then just dumped the house, it would throw everything in your bank, which I think it should just throw it in the deco palette personally. That would make a lot more sense. But
Yeah.
yeah,
We can talk about how thoroughly this was designed.
well,
Um,
yeah, but Warrior B. Patrick's got this to say.
Greetings, Shadow. Unfortunately, this would be hard to achieve. Once you place a lot or house, there is a mesh that is created that determines where you can place things. If you were to store your house with deco in the property manager and decide to change the house, this would affect the positions of stuff surrounding the house and defiantly affect where you have placed things in the house. Even placing the same size house would create a different mesh. I did think that maybe you could
Not
use the
exactly, Bridge
decoration.
Troll.
I did think that maybe you could use the decoration palette to store stuff, then change your house, then maybe not fill up your bank. But I have to try to see first. We'll let you know shortly. Edit. Okay. I tested and claimed a village lot, placed a village house, placed a few deco items, opened the window selector in the top right hand corner, moved the deco to the decoration palette where it became then hidden, then changed the house to empty, then went to the decoration palette again, and there was nothing in it. All items except the house, which I removed, were sent to the bank. So the end result is the property manager is great for storing property you create and save like a Halloween themed house or your favorite house and deco, but these are not to be changed. And Vatorian is like,
He gets it. He gets it.
I guess Shadow is proposing the saved layout would be associated with a particular style of house, not transferable between houses, which would be a nightmare due to differing placements of walls, doors, etc. It's a nice idea, but I suspect would end up being more complex than it seems at first glance and likely to produce unforeseen bugs or otherwise unpredictable behavior. For instance, there are lots of highly customizable items in the game, as well as lots of stock items. Does the saved it layout need to be remember which specific instance of generic character chair 3 was placed at the end of the table? Or will it accept any instance of generic chair 3, which is in the player's backpack when applying the layout? How about a weapon or trophy, which might have specific recorded properties? How about containers where the containers contents have changed? How can the potentially huge list of items be presented to the player any way that makes clear exactly what is included in the layout? If item A was placed on top of item B, but item B is not available when applying the layout, does the whole layout fail or does item A fall to the ground? Do you need some extra logic for checking whether the placement of each item is legal when the layout is applied? Just some considerations off the top of my head, and I'm sure there would be others. Hey,
Now, Bridge Troll says, but you can do this already in the house property manager. But what he's not talking about actually saving a whole house. He wants to use the deco over, Bridge Troll, instead of buying new deco for a house, which understandably, Shroud of the stupidly complex, yeah.
Yes.
And then, of course, he says it would not be hard to achieve, but it makes things stupidly complex. Well, if you can take everything that's in the house and put it in the property manager, why couldn't you just save the locations of everything? Isn't that technically what the property manager does? But yeah, you're not taking everything out of the house. So I understand where a lot of that craziness would come into play. By the way, Jack, I've got something that I've been meaning to give consideration to. Actually, Coeur d'Alene gave this to me the other day.
The ability to trade my lot and all the deco contents from one character to another.
Oh, that would be really great.
As is.
Come on.
That'd be fucking fantastic. What are you trying to find?
A painting of Coeur d'Alene.
Uh,
Trying to
painting of Coeur d'Alene.
figure out where we could put it.
Well, trade it to me real quick, because it may be another one of those ones that can't be placed on walls.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it can be.
Yeah, I have a bunch of paintings that are not
Yeah, it can't be
not
placed on these
placeable.
walls.
Yeah, you see how some are placeable, but others are not.
And it's just barely, even if it would fit, it would barely fit into the windows. So Coeur d'Alene, appreciate the thought for giving this to us the other day and trying to, have your picture on the lot, but it's one of them items that just is not placeable on the lot walls because not everything can go on the lot walls. So you may want to bug report that one.
Oh! I can place this one. There, I put a butcher. Oh wait, I already have one of those up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the painting of the ladies in waiting. You can't hang up. There's several others. What are the other things that are paintings are called? Portraits. And Lily's playing with my earbuds.
I'm thinking about it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me see something here.
What are you trying to do? Trying to see if you can put it on your outside wall?
Oh yeah, there we go. Let's try that.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can put it
on the wall so that way we can see it.
It won't go on the outside wall either.
Yeah. Yep.
Won't go on outside of the house because, everything's supposed to be decoable.
Yeah.
And these walls are pretty much covered.
Oh.
Let's say, I thought I had a painting of Coeur d'Alene in this house. There we go. Well, now you'll reside right there, Coeur d'Alene.
No, I remember I was able to place another picture. Then I turned around and pulled it off the wall.
You'll be in the inn.
Let's see. The painting of the lakeside sunrise also is not something that I can put on these walls.
Yeah, so I'll save that for later, maybe.
Meow.
Can ingot molds be repaired? It's a gold sink. Yeah, right.
Would a tool repair kit work on that?
I don't think so.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I really don't consider that a real gold sink because
they're cheap.
Yeah, for the amount that it is, it's not a sink. Yeah.
What was that? One of the forum questions?
No, this is right here in Universe chat.
Oh.
I just happen to be looking down at Universe. I'd be looking down. It's sitting there right at the top of all molds are gold sinks.
Hold on. I had to move my phone out from underneath Lily.
She's not sitting on your mouse. She's just sitting on the phone.
Well, so she doesn't sit on the keyboard. Remember, so. Let's look down and look at Lily's tail. It's like she just turns around, and if my hand is over my mouse, it's like she'll just sit there and hit my my hand over and over and over again, which assists me in hitting yield buttons.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
But we're getting close to the butt of the hour, so just a reminder, don't forget, type in
Exclamation mark.
!bundle me for your chance to win
Yes.
streamer bundles, because we got them, and we'll be giving away
Yes.
2 here in just a minute or 2.
Oh, it is Taco Tuesday. Yes.
It is.
Taco Tuesday. I need some tacos. I really do.
You know, that sounds really good tonight. I might
Really
make some
tasty.
tacos tonight.
Oh.
Tacos.
Now I'm hungry. I want
But
some
meanwhile,
chips and queso.
yeah, I had some chips and queso the other night. We went out for Mexican. Yummy. I had some
Well, it was-
fajitas and some chips and queso and salsa.
So where'd you eat your Mexican? Because all of that would not be Mexican. It would be more like Tex-Mex.
It's a place called Me Mexico,
Oh, okay.
and the food is outstanding, fast, and cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hit the 3 when it's only supposed to be 2 of 3.
Let's go ahead and pull those streamer bundles since we're right here at the bottom of the hour.
So the interesting thing on my side, you have a 50-50 chance of winning, and Stymie and Selenia getting their streamer bundles.
Coeur d'Alene and
Yay.
Econdis.
Stymie, Savage, Furry getting a streamer bundle.
2 of them.
Wait, hold on. Streamer. There you go, because he's a wiener. And Selenia getting. There you go. There you go. Congratulations to everybody that won. Is your giveaway reopened?
Not yet.
Mine is opened. Yes.
As we get
So-
Econdis his.
As we continue to discuss Shroud of the Deco, because that is the end game of Shroud is Deco.
Shroud of the Fishing Deco? What?
Yes. The Deco surfaces. Are you going to win the Deco lottery by being able to place said item? Exclamation mark. Bundle me. Get in on the streamer bundle giveaway.
Yeah, they're getting in.
Yeah, I've got 3 people in so far. Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Big
I got a
odds.
lot. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 in on the Steam key.
And here comes some outer bands.
Laz is getting inundated with water. The pool fill-up service has arrived.
That's right.
Yes. Fill up the pool. Fill up the pool.
So today's Twitter topic, meticulous collection. Meticulous collection. And somebody wants to know,
will they actually get things? Can meticulous collection be resumed from where it stopped? If a player gets interrupted mid-meticulous collection, make it possible to resume where it stopped. This is already true if the interruption happens exactly between 2 collections.
working as intended.
Yeah. Because then it would actually have to reset the entire harvest counter. I like the way it works currently, which makes you actually make sure the area is clear first before harvesting. Otherwise, there would not be any consequences at all. How about the option to give us stop it mid-fight and then resume would be a nice boost to active mining and reduce the return for anyone botting or not using full attention. No, y'all just need to find a game of screw your neighbor and hunt with Laz or myself.
Yes.
Right now, what actually happens if you get interrupted exactly at the right time and you get those results as a finished node, then you can start over a new chain on that same node and all the results are grouped together. If it's on copper or iron, you get a chance to hit nickel, tin, tungsten again when you resume, which shouldn't be the case. That should be a bug that
Bug.
meticulous collection is resumed if hit under this exact circumstance. Because and Adam Crow is like, I don't, seems buggy and unfinished.
Replying to, I like the way things currently work. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I hate is even if you clear the area, mobs can respawn and then come along and interrupt you.
Absolutely. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of partying, so that you have somebody to take care of that while the miner mines.
Cover your ass. Yes.
Or the reason to become a good tamer, so that your pet can go take care of those measly critters for you while you continue to harvest all your goodies.
Shroud of the incomplete design. What was that? Or Shroud of the harvest. Bridge troll. Respawn locations are understandably near resource nodes. This makes it very common to be interrupted by a mob that just respawned at the right time. Well, and don't forget, leave the bodies on the ground. That slows down the respawn timer.
That's what Traveler says, but apparently F. Baller argues with that.
Yeah. Yeah, the respawn timer is based on, as far as I know, this mechanic does not exist anymore. No, as long as the body's there, the respawner timer hasn't started, dude.
I would argue that some of the earlier ones that are out there would do that. If you go out to some of the early low-level ones and you kill things, the respawn timer just respawns on a timer. It doesn't... The later ones, I would say, do it because I know, where is it? Out in Longfall Woods, what's the name of that scene? The South Longfall Road, I think it is. Yeah, South Longfall Road. If you're out there fighting the bandits and you kill a bunch of bandits, they will still continue to respawn even though there are still dead bandits on the ground. So... but that's an older scene, again, and a lower level scene. So just, I guess, yeah. Shroud of the unpredictable.
Shroud of the RNG. But yeah, there. For one, you remember that premise of the
diminishing returns?
Diminishing returns. So the longer you spend in the zone, the less likely you are to collect resources, mobs, whatever.
One third of the zone is going to only spawn and will continually move around the area, so that you have to continually move. All those things that never got done.
Or the dynamic spawns to where the mobs would spawn at an entrance and then move to a location. And so you might end up with, hey, I just killed wolves, and then the next thing you have to kill are spiders or elves or something else that have moved into the area.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
Oh yeah. Or wait, what's the other game system that related to spawns besides the diminishing returns, because you brought that one up.
Moving only 1/3 spawning at a time?
Yeah. Like so much stuff, man. Like,
which we know never got implemented, because if you go around, you'll see that all the spawns in an area are all spawned at any given time.
Or we could talk about like the most useless skill ever, surveying for any
Survey.
branch.
Ding, 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 ding. Survey
Surveying.
worked at one time, but it worked
No, it didn't.
so well. It did. It
Oh,
worked so well that you could actually see a node from halfway across the street, seeing that you weren't supposed to be able to see that far. That's how
yeah,
great survey
yeah,
worked until they nerfed it. Yeah, it
yeah.
worked once. Yeah, way back
You
in the
remember
day.
the discussions that like surveying would actually increase the resource nodes, and it's like no,
Yeah, yeah. The
it's like no.
better your survey, the better the resource node collection.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah, but that was never implemented either. It was always the same.
absolutely. Here come the rain. I'm sure you can probably hear it when I'm talking.
No, but yeah, I mean, it's like uh, Shroud of the half implemented. Yes, Shroud of the half implemented design.
Now, I did actually go out to the QA last night to check on that
Oh,
new trash
uh,
can feature and the fixing of the scrolls, and I did find that the scrolls were actually fixed.
oh, and did you find a trash can?
I could not, but thanks to Rinaldi
Oh,
in the feedback forum today, Rinaldi actually gives it away because Ravlox was out on the QA server, and I PM'd Ravlox, and I actually
yeah,
stayed logged in all night because I forgot to log out and got up this morning only to find out that I never got an answer from Ravlox at all as to where we could find trash cans on the QA
yeah,
server.
and uh, but yeah. So essentially, devs just place them in a chest for
Well,
people to
let's
grab.
read the feedback before you
Okay.
just jump to that. Yeah.
Feedback on the garbage can. I like the ability to drag items onto the trash can, but I could not select multiple individual items and drag them from my inventory to the trash can. I had to do it one at a time. A stack of items can be deleted, but I cannot trash several individual items, such as 5 swords. Dragging an item onto the trash can gives me a fail surface type invalid message on the screen. Can this message be disabled or for items dragged onto the trash can?
Apparently, Rinaldi, you did not read the testing directive, which says they need to be
One item at a
placed
time.
as deco first and then dragged to the trash can. Which I did bring up to support that is silly, considering that there are loads of items that are not used as deco that people would like to trash,
Coconuts,
like coconuts, yes,
coconuts,
and that
coconuts.
dragging the items directly from inventory to the trash can should be the way it works. So Rinaldi, working as intended, brother, working as
Working at
intended,
working as designed, not
as
as
designed,
intended.
as
As
intended.
designed, yes. Working as um it would be nice if clicking on the garbage can opened up a window, then we could drag the items into the window, ideally with the ability to drag multiple items. This window could have a button empty trash or incinerate garbage that would then destroy everything in the window. Um, Also, are you sure you want to do this? Prompt could be implemented. I wouldn't that be like functioning like that UO trash can essentially?
Functioning like the UO trash can is no. The UO trash can, if you just drop something into it, it will stay there for a short amount of time,
Yeah,
and
but
then a script runs every once in a while and deletes it.
that
But
deletes it. Yes.
if somebody comes along and opens the trash can and looks at it and there's stuff in it, they can retrieve those items from the
Yeah.
trash can. You know, which would make for some nice stuff. You know,
Yeah. I
and
mean, which would be better.
I would love to just be able to drop stuff on the ground and have it automatically trashed when you drop it on the ground after, 30 seconds, a minute, whatever it is, just
Yes,
like you
that
could
would
do
be
in Ultima
nice
Online.
too. Yeah. The garbage can is not scalable. Are there going to be other graphics for the trash can, like the metal trash can shown below? My garbage can was placed on a lot, not placed as POT owner or steward. Yeah, New World does that. You drop an item on the world, it deletes in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. Feedback on emotes. I like the emote icons, and they worked as intended when placed on the non-combat bar. When we get the emote bar, and we will have the ability, to do the following: sequence several emotes, have a function to repeat a sequence of emotes indefinitely, randomly shuffle the sequence emotes.
No, then what's the sense of having the bar?
Yeah. I also kind of wish Oscar popping his head out of the trash can.
Yeah, we got let's see if we can open this image in a new. Yeah, no, it won't open.
Nope. Bad link. The linky is not working.
Yeah.
Yes. Gwendolyn has further feedback. Oh, because Amazon knows data for data.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it
Amazon,
craftable?
No clue. No clue. The only way that people got their trash can was somewhere. Nobody knows where. Feedback from Gwendolyn. As far as mounts, has been
Well, what about
Belladonna mentioned.
Bergen? Oh no, okay, never mind. He's just thanks. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Never mind.
Thanks.
Never mind.
Never mind. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Because I can read thanks, Rinaldi. I can read that. But feedback from Gwendolyn. Mounts, as Belladonna mentioned above, mounts don't work when locked to the inventory. I don't see a way to remove them
supposedly
out.
Fixed.
Shh.
Supposedly.
Stop
Supposedly.
Fixed. I didn't see a way to remove the mount from the inventory while mounted. Lots of can't do that while mounted messages. But when I dragged it from the inventory, if I was going to be able to place it, yes, I was dismounted and the bar showed that I had 0 on that mount. 0 of that mount. Emotes. Tried several emotes on my non-combat bar and all of them worked. The space on my bar is too valuable, so at most 1 or 2 would be placed there, and only for parties or something. Very much
you
looking
have
forward to
24 slots. You can create a whole bar just for emotes when you're not out doing shit. You realize that, right?
On your non-combat bar?
Yeah.
How do you
right?
have 24 slots?
Doesn't that? No, I guess that doesn't change when you change the other bars, right? Yeah, I guess
No.
not. Never mind. Again, never mind.
It's okay. Let's see. Very much looking forward to the emote bar. If I pass someone, they are always gone by the time I type in bang wave. Well, that would be a problem because bang wave is not how you do it. It's slash wave. Or pull out my emote window.
You've been watching too much Laz and Jack.
I do hope there is a keybind to show / hide the emote bar when we get it, though, since it would probably be in the way for combat. Just need to increase your resolution.
Bigger screen.
Yeah. Garbage can. I'm one of those avatars that hoard everything and have no use for a trash can. But good for people who do. Discarded a bunch of different items, seemed to work well from my inventory or the bank. Did not work when I tried to trash items that are currently placed on my lot. Gave me an error saying you can't delete a single item from a stack, even though they were not stacked items. And when I tried to trash items that were in a container on my lot, The item did delete, but gave me a chat error. Dun dun dun. Wax cylinders, my Irish wax cylinders that used to be no trade can now be placed in my wax cylinder bag. Thank you. Only a year and a half after the fix was published.
Well, that was actually almost a year. It was 8 months because that was back in
Sorry, 8
release
months.
100. Yes.
8 months. If it was released 100, that would be 69 months ago. Wait, what release are we on right now?
107.
60. So that would be 3 years ago.
A release a
been like
month.
89.
A release a month. Where is your math?
What number did you say?
Release 100 is where they were supposed to be fixed. They were introduced in release 99.
Okay.
So
release
100 to
100.
107 is how many? 8 months.
So,
Thank you.
Okay. So, I mean, but still, nearly a year
Yeah.
after the fix was published.
So I was asked the question, why would you want to bump a bug post and what purpose does it serve? Would you like to answer that question publicly?
Yes. The patch notes are supposedly comprehensive, but we know they are not. And something like, hey, we pushed this fix for these Irish wax cylinders, which were not fixed. It's like, hey, still not working. It would be 10 years and so to maths, Skeggy. Is why a bug report needs to be redone every single release. Because, hey, we don't know what all is really going into these releases or patches that are done monthly. Right? Anything to add there, Laz?
Well, again, my answer was the old thread being bumped, so it helps the bug to be brought up to the top so that it can be re-seen. But apparently, that's not how the developers look at it. So, bumping it doesn't do them any good, according to support.
The problem there is patch notes are not comprehensive. And their own patch notes said, hey, we fixed this.
Yeah.
Which means still an issue. You said it's solved, but it's not solved. Still needs to be
the official answer is they work bugs from old to new. So the older they are,
wait, that's bullshit, and you know it.
Well, this is the answer I've got. So, again, I'm just bringing this up because I was asked the question. So I just answered the question, which is, I was asked about it, so I bumped it to bring it to light so that it can be easily found instead of having somebody go searching for it when I reported it again. And the easiest way to find it is when it's at the top of the list for you guys to find, instead of having to do the work that I had to do to go digging through the bug forum to try and find it myself. When I made the complaint that was 8 months old, that it was supposedly fixed. And again, when they apparently what happens, I'm taking a little stab in the dark at this one, is that when it gets initially reported, it gets a JIRA, and the JIRAs get numbered, and they go from the older numbers to the newer numbers. So that's my assumption when old to new is taken care of.
Okay, so to answer that question, go to the patch notes real quick.
Patch notes? What do the patch notes have to do with?
Well, because they started
speaking of
doing
which,
something
we have patch
stupid.
notes.
Oh yeah, you're right. But They fixed the no trade Obsidian Potion of Precision's effect stacking with the free to trade one's effects. And removed XP from the Lich spawner spawned by the Lich fighter spawner statue. But if you look in here at build 1591, so if they're only going oldest to newest, right? And you've got all these Soda 70, 867, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
When you go to the release notes, then so if you expand that one, added a map for North Midmere Way, Soda 57023, added a map for Penmoor Island 5804, added a map for Vikland 7833. Are those the only 3 Giros related to missing maps that you can think of?
No.
So are you willing to bet that there's a fuck ton of Jira tickets related to missing maps between 57023 and 708033? Because we're still missing like 100 and something maps.
Well, yeah, considering Vikland was just introduced this last month, yeah, I could understand that.
So can their logic of we work on Jiras from oldest to newest be applicable?
I didn't
accurate?
say that's what they were doing. I was just telling you what I was told and what I was taking a stab in the dark at.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
that's
then all of the tickets that are being addressed would have much lower numbers than the 70,000
as the
numbers.
truth be told, it's the low hanging fruit sequence is the way it really is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the 8-month-old wax cylinder problem, but that's another story in itself.
I hate peeing in people's Cheerios, but sometimes you have to do it. But yes.
So let's get back to this.
Oh my God, your balls! Greetings.
Let's get back to this feedback real quick because
yes,
there is a comment from David.
Logout feedback. The change probably makes sense. I'm not sure people were clear that they could just ignore it and quit. Fucking people. But I could also see it being useful for people, for there to be a way to give feedback from in-game instead of having to go to the forums. Maybe it could be an option somewhere in the menus. I'm not sure what is best there. Player, dungeon, deco. I placed each of the 6 spawn rooms listed in the announcement and tried to place 23 items that I'm able to place in the foyer. I was not able to place any of the items in the rooms. Once I realized that I was actually testing a non-spawn version for one room, I thought it was still buggable. Lich spawners, blah, blah, blah. As expected, the item does not spawn a Lich currently, though I can still place it in my house and basement and dungeon foyer. I'm assuming that the exploit here is using the Lich to kill other mobs, though I thought that would have been fixed previously by making it not attack other dungeon mobs. There should not be a problem with people using deco to keep the Liches themselves in place or to help to kill them, as the spawn Liches do not give any XP or loot. Those messages are only available to players on QA and Devil Cult. Oh, Rinaldi. I like the ability to drag items onto the track. This is the intended to be this way. Dragging an item, fail service type happens in deco mode only when a trash can is placed on your own lot because you're moving items. That could be decoration. The garbage can stuff, not anytime soon. The goal was to make it an easy destroy item that can't be destroyed from inventory. This way, only one item can be dragged at a time so people can see the name of the item in the confirmation box. If there were multiple items, that would be problematic to list everything and make sure the player knows what he's doing. The garbage can be made scalable. And are there going to be other graphics for the trash can? Probably in the future, but not any planned for now. As far as mounts go, this is because the mount is now considered an ingredient like black pearl or mandrake root. Locking a red reagent would prevent you from using it. Same thing for the mount. This is to fix other bugs where the player could mount without having the item in their inventory. The emote bar will be vertical on the side with a keybind. You can set yourself some more options. Why can't I do things with my emote bar that would allow me to sit there and choose the orientation and location?
Because everything was horizontal the way they designed it, so now we have to go vertical so that we have extra screen space.
But why? I mean, it's
But
like,
why?
this stuff is hard, man. This UE stuff is hard. And there's a bug there, and he's going to check it. But it's that time for us to draw some streamer bundles.
Time for us to get the flock out of here. That's right. Taco Tuesday.
Yes, it's that time for us to draw.
Let's close out those bundles.
And Selenia is getting another one. And the Maynard.
Drip and Coeur d'Alene for his second win of the day. Congratulations, Coeur d'Alene.
Here you go.
Dreamer Game Key. Closing the giveaway. Picking a winner. And Qbert EK. Qbert EK, you're going to get yourself a copy of Wife Quest. Wife Quest going out to Qbert EK.
And Spawn for Egg is getting a copy of the Postal Collection. That is Postal 2, Postal Paradise Lost DLC, and the Postal Redux, now with co-op mode. Congratulations, everybody. Oh, man. There you go. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Life Quest, yeah.
Oh, man. Life Quest? Postal.
Yes, instead of a man questing to save the female avatar is actually questing to save the hubby this time. So it's the wife quest. Somebody decided to change up the dynamic and turn the tables on the genders. So that's how it's working. Wife quest. But meanwhile, time for us to get out of here. We'll be back with more, hopefully tomorrow, right here on NBNN for Whack That Wednesday. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.